From hotspots to hidden gems, it's your guide to all things local, the LA Unscripted way. From the coolest coastline to iconic and Instagrammable boulevards, Orange County or the Inland Empire, when it comes to discovering all that Los Angeles has to offer, we could all use a little guidance. Hi everyone, I'm Dana Devin, and that's what LA Unscripted is all about. Sharing and showing what we love about our amazing hometown. So get out your phone so you can take notes about places like this first address.
In the words of Biggie, they never thought that hip hop would take it this far, but 50 years later, it's still here, and we're going through an immersive experience. Let's go.
Hip Hop Till Infinity is hip hop celebration for 50 years of hip hop. It's a show that we did in New York, and it was only right to bring it here in Los Angeles. We have 7 rooms, including a gallery with Esteban Oriol's artifacts and contributions, and then that leads into the immersive gallery, which is a 360 wall-to-wall projection that shows everything from the birth up until now. The 50th anniversary of hip hop was August 11th, 1973. And that was the first party that DJ Kool Herc officially threw at 1520 Cedric Avenue. Started in New York, made its way to the West Coast, and then from there, it just went global.
I fell in love with hip hop early 80s, Fat Boys, Run DMC. I started writing my own little songs at like 13, 12 years old, and I've been hooked ever since. To think about how far hip hop has come in 50 years, and just to be a part of it, and to be a part of this is just amazing.
We had to shout out LA and the impact that we've had with style, music, you know, the culture that pioneers, that, you know, like NWA, obviously, your Dr. Dre's, Ice Cube's, even artists before them, you know, Uncle Jam's Army, World Class Wrecking Crew. This is the Doggy Den, celebrating 30 years of doggy style. It's an immersive room with original artwork by the legend Joe Cool. We have some really cool artifacts, like obviously original vinyl, and then a Snoop Dogg jersey, and fresh out of Snoop's closet, a Dickie suit.
Look, you can still, the creases are fresh. Yeah. This exhibit also means a lot to me because it pays homage to the neighborhood where I grew up, Crenshaw and Slauson, which was also the home to the late Nipsey Hussle.
We had a chance to work with Nipsey's The Marathon Clothing and the Nipsey estate, so they were able to bring a lot of artifacts from the Nipsey legacy.
Definitely should come because you're gonna get all facets of hip hop, not just one genre, you know, not just West Coast, not just East Coast. You're gonna get down South, you're gonna get Texas, you're gonna get a barrage of everybody that helped to make this thing what it is, and I think it's so dope that they're all being celebrated. So you walk down these hallways and you see your heroes, and you might even see some people you don't know, but everybody's contributed to this thing that we love.
Now let's zip over to another zip code to see what Olivia De Bortoli is up to.
I just wanted this one to look like some girl got like washed up on the beach and she had to like make an outfit out of whatever she found on the beach. Namaste was a word that we would say as a greeting, and I just loved what it meant. It means like the light and love in me honors and recognizes the light in you. And that's kind of how I've approached my crochet journey, is like the creativity, the maker in me like honors and recognizes the maker in you.
The reason we're here today is because your cousin emailed us, so I wanted to read that email to you. Hello, my cousin is an amazing crochet designer in LA, and I think she would be perfect for your show. She has been featured at LA Fashion Week, also in Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. All of her designs and patterns are made for inclusive sizes. She also promotes diversity and body positivity. Thank you, Sabella Scalise.
I have 2 different sides of my business and what I do. So Namaste and Crochet is dedicated toward crafters. And through Namaste and Crochet, I sell my patterns so that other designers or makers can make my designs and like enjoy it for themselves. I have a lot of girls that make my designs as their wedding dresses. So this is a wedding dress that I made that's like covered in seashells. And it's all about inclusivity, diversity, making sure that like anybody that goes on that page can see somebody that they relate to. This one is an ode to Frida Kahlo. So my Mexican grandma taught me how to crochet when I was 6. I'm really inspired by women and their stories and their characters and, you know, what they like to do. Kind of like Great Gatsby inspired, and I just kind of really went for it with all of the beading. And then I have Dominique Calvillo, and that is more of my personal designs. So those are my personal clients, like the people that I make wedding dresses for, celebrities that I work with. Well, the first celebrity that I ever worked with that I just absolutely like died because he's like my musical and fashion icon is Verdine White, the bass player of Earth, Wind & Fire. So that was so awesome. You know, I've worked in the fashion industry for a long time. Even outside of being a designer, I've worked as a stylist, and I've just seen a lot of, you know, other designers and other brands that only want to focus on like one type of beauty. And so that always like really bothered me and didn't really sit well with me. So I just really wanted it to be like beautiful, confident women that were embracing their bodies and their femininity. Again, everybody to be able to look at my page and see somebody that they can relate to.
All right, I'm gonna try one of these. Guess which one I'm gonna try on. You'll see. Yay! I love green. Green is my favorite color, so you know I had to choose this one.
It's gorgeous on you.
I love it. So this is the Great Gatsby themed one, right?
Yes, ma'am. This one I worked on for a few weeks. It did take a long time because I had to sew in all of these little tiny beads, and I really wanted this to have like the cool, fun geometry of like a flapper girl dress from like the 1920s.
I'm back in the roaring 20s.
I love it. Let's pop some champagne.
Let's do it.
It's just a testament that when you follow your passion and you do things that are genuine and like from your heart, that it can take you to really cool places.
If it's fun or food, there's a good chance you're gonna see me there because Dee Dee never says no to a good time or a Dana Dare.
Hi, I'm Alicia Maher. I'm the author of Delicious El Salvador. I'm a Salvadorian food expert. And Dana, I dare you have to make pupusas with me.
I'm inhaling it like I've got like nothing left. It's so yummy. I accept your dare, by the way. I even call my kids my little pupusas. Like I love them so much. And you actually sent us a DM. Can you read that?
I have taught my pupusa masterclass at Surface and Los Angeles Public Libraries. I think it would be fun to teach Dana how to cook pupusas. I reached out to LAU because you guys are all what Southern California is all about. And it's all about the cultural content, celebrating food, celebrating culture, celebrating music. I learned to make pupusas from my mom. My aunt had a tamal and pupusa business.
Can you tell people what pupusas are?
Well, pupusas, if you're familiar with tacos, it's the same masa, except that it's thicker. It's like a dumpling that you flatten up, and it can be filled with different fillings. Well, I've always cooked my whole life since I was 10 years old. And I always cooked as soon as I moved to the United States. I started cooking for my friends and for my husband and his family. And I started wanting to write a cookbook as my kids grew older. So I set out to write and to publish the first Salvadorian cookbook in English in the world. And in 2014, I won the Gourmand Award in China, which are the equivalent of the Oscars for cookbooks.
We're ready to make the pupusas, so we're at Melissa's Produce Professional Kitchen. So what is step one?
Step one is to make the masa. And we're going to mix it with water.
And we've got two kinds of cheese here. What's this?
We got fresh mozzarella, and we have Monterey Jack.
So mine looks a little misshapen.
Don't worry, Dana, because pupuseras, it takes them a lifetime to learn how to make
Oh, really?
them. And it's also something that they make every day.
In El Salvador, pupusas are very important to the culture, right?
They are. In fact, pupusas is El Salvador's national dish. And the government passed legislation in 2005 declaring the second Sunday of November Pupusa National Day.
Okay, these are the ones I made. Look, they're so cute. I mean, look, this one grew a little beard and some hair, but other than that, I think they look really good.
We eat them with curtido. It's pickled cabbage in vinegar.
Oh.
And take a bite.
It's so warm and like gooey and melted cheese, and it's such a good combination. Can you believe that you were even able to teach me? Because I am legendary for not knowing how to cook.
No, I'm very proud of you. You are one of the best students I've ever had.
This show still surprises me in the best ways possible, and we still have so much more to discover when LA Unscripted returns. Welcome back to LA Unscripted. I'm Dana Devin, and during our half-hour hangout, we love exploring all our different neighborhoods. So let's check out what's happening on the other side of town.
Here at LA Unscripted, we find our stories so many different ways, and I found you just scrolling through TikTok. Your girlfriend posted it.
Yeah, she did.
So tell me about how that's been and what's happened since.
Absolutely. Well, Allie, she loves social media, and she's like the goddess of it, and I'm not big on there, but she posted on there, and next thing you know, she's like, hey, I think you've gone viral. And after that, the day after, it's been, blowing up on our social media pages and showing love and support, and we couldn't be more thankful, more grateful. WAFI is West African Farmers Initiative. We're a bunch of farmers from West Africa who decided to band together, bring our goods from our farms straight to the market. I keep it simple. Single shots, double shots, and Americanos. And I have my cold brew as I start brewing up as well, so they can get that if they so please. Our coffee, it comes from a very tropical area, subtropical. So you taste the mangoes and the stone fruits that it grows amongst, the plantains. And that flavor is deep within the coffee if you really brew it and really roast it right. So we were trying to bring that to the market. Big thing was making sure we are in tune with our customers and just keeping the supply chain short. From our farms, straight to the cup, straight to the customer is our main thing. So we figured the cart's the best way to do that.
What's the most fun thing about having a coffee cart and driving around LA?
The customers, meeting people, the regulars that you start to see, the locals. It's great. I just moved here, so it's been great to get in tune with the community here with this coffee cart. People are like recognizing me on the street.
Dude, I literally, this is the power of TikTok. I literally came across your partner posting about your car, and
so
I
cool,
love
man.
it. My name's Kevin, by the way.
Dennis, man, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
Pleasure to meet you. So here's a cold brew here.
Wow,
We started this 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it's been lovely. People have been loving it. It's a light roast. Another farmer from Cameroon, he grows in Arabica, so we've been testing it with our cold brews.
So when you have regular cold brew, it's like a little heavier, a little darker, but this is not that, right?
No, that's like a light roast, very citrusy, tangy taste to it. Not typical to West Africa coffee, but for the cold brew farm, it does its job.
This isn't just kind of supporting West Africa. A lot of your proceeds go back to there. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. So we're piloting a new mission. It's typically farmers right now in the normal template see 4 cents of every dollar going back to them for their coffee and their cocoa. So right now, because we bring all our goods from there here, most of our proceeds go back. So we're aiming 90 cents for every dollar that you spend goes back to buy all the resources that we need for harvest, whether that be tarps, tools, soil, or bags for the soil, everything. So we're just a farmer's market on the cart. I post my location every morning when I wake up, and my hours are usually 10 to 2, and I'm going anywhere between Rancho Park to here to Westwood Village. So you can pretty much find me all over the West LA area. I really hope they embody the corner of our world. I really hope that they taste the taste West Africa. Even though they haven't been there, this taste can always give them a taste of where we come from. I know a lot of things is seeing, smelling, visiting, but you can't visit there all the time, so I just want to bring that to them.
And if you thought that was cool, you'll love what we have coming up after the break. So refresh that drink and meet us right back here. We really are lucky to live in a city that has fantastic food on every corner, things to do every day of the week, and endless stories from locals that show why we love LA.
Southeast Asia is not just like a Thai food, so I want like people to know, get to know more better about Indonesian food, and yeah, learn more about Indonesian culture too.
You know we love to hear from our viewers here on LA Unscripted. We got the cutest letter to come try some food in the San Fernando Valley that I have never tried before.
My background is in public relations. I grew up watching my grandma cooking in her kitchen, and I learned everything from her. I moved here like 12 years ago. In my mind, I want to open Indonesian restaurant because it's hard to find one.
You have to see how cute these garlic chips are. I literally want to wear these garlic chips as earrings. I kid you not. How freaking cute are these garlic chips? So you've actually been watching LA Unscripted before you even opened the restaurant.
Yes.
And that was always your dream to be on LA Unscripted.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I really want to be in your show. So that's why I sent my email. Hello, I want to invite KTLA LA Unscripted team to my Indonesian restaurant, Lalapan in San Fernando Valley. My restaurant is the only Indonesian restaurant in San Fernando Valley. Thank you so much.
What is Lalapan?
It's like a salad.
That's the name of the restaurant. So it's like a salad.
I want like people to know Indonesian food, especially people in Los Angeles. We serve everything fresh. We need to make everything from the scratch, like the beef. We need like several hours until it gets tender, until all the spices soak inside.
I've been dying to try this ever since she put this on the table. Okay, it is like pulling apart like paper. That is so tender. Oh, that is so good.
This is grilled fish pompano, where we grill it with like a turmeric.
That might be my favorite thing I've ever had. Oh, that's definitely my favorite thing here. This is insane. Okay, what makes, do you think, Indonesian food like a little bit different than other Asian foods?
So Indonesian food, we use the same spices with Southeast Asian countries, but like we're like in between Thai food and Indian food. Yeah, sweet, spicy, sour, we use all the combinations.
You learned to cook from your grandmother in Indonesia.
In Indonesia. Yeah, I learned everything from her, cooking.
Is she proud of you?
Yeah, she's very proud of me. Yeah, took a pictures of my restaurant, and then I want her to come, but she's already old, almost 90, so I don't know if she can come fly to see me, to come to my restaurant.
I knew nothing about Indonesian food before I met you and before I came here, but I have to say, I love it. I am a true convert. Thank you so much for having us. We love you. So good, right? And now let's see what Jasmine Simpkins has stumbled upon.
Skateboards, tees, shoes. We got Doc Marten, Nike, Converse. We got paint for like all the artists that want to do stuff. We got wheels, skateboards, trucks, everything to build a skateboard pretty much. What we're trying to push over here at Neighbors is that you can look good even when you're not skating. We opened 2021, April 3rd, but it's been a project since like 2019. Me and my friend Cleon, we had like dead-end jobs. So we used to like hang out and just like talk about what we wanted to do. And he says that I mentioned like us doing a skate shop.
I saw him develop what this name would be, what our first sticker would be, which was a huge aspect to the movement that we started. Before you knew it, you had kids in Prague and Ho Chi Minh City putting stickers up, in Spain putting stickers up, doing the same thing we were doing. And then we had a billboard, so that was like the ultimate sticker.
The whole idea of Neighbors started at your grandmother's house.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up skating on that block. I grew up skating in the driveway. I hung out in the back. That was the home base, So like all of the ideas like came to mind there. The whole brand stems around her and like the neighborhood and Leimert Park. my friends.
How does she feel when she comes in here and sees what you've created?
Oh, she trips out. She trips out. She's from a whole another generation. It's unbelievable to her. The billboard's on her street, and it was right up under where I learned to skate. She saw that billboard for the first time and just lit up. Everybody that comes in the shop, they build a skateboard. Everything's custom. You can pick everything.
What's the coolest one? What should I pick out?
I mean, you gotta go with a neighbor's board. This is our collaboration with Denim Tears, these two on this end. Then we collaborated with this artist, Gregory Young. He was a homeless man that we found. All his artwork has like stories to like his life and the things that he'd been through. So when I saw all of his stuff, it really just like, I was blown away. And then right when we produced the artwork and put it on a skateboard, he passed away.
Okay, now your turn. Let us know where to go off script next. Email us at launscripted@ktla.com because you never know where we'll end up next. Good night, everyone. Mwah.